In the earlier section, we have discussed the concept methods and the other related issues of the self-assessment in mathematics classroom. So in this section, we shall briefly introduce an explanatory study that was recently completed the use of self-assessment in mathematics classroom in Singapore. So this time, we need to discuss this study in Singapore, which is in line with the exploratory study in self-assessment. So the study was conducted by Fan et al. 2006 rather, entitled "The New Assessment Strategies in Mathematics," and annotates a bibliography of the Alternative Assessment in Mathematics Singapore Center for Research in Pedagogy and Practices, National Institute of the Education. So here, the study. So the book provides an annotated biography of the alternative assessment strategies in mathematics, which is a topic of the growing interest among the educational researchers and practitioners. The authors conducted an exploratory study in Singapore primary and secondary school to investigate the influence of the using new self-assessment strategies in mathematics, teaching, learning, and student achievements in both cognitive and affective domains. So this study was part of the larger research project, the Mathematics Assessment Project or MEP, which involved a classroom-based intervention in 16 primary and secondary school for about 3 school semesters. So as I mentioned earlier, for relatively new assessment strategies were studied in the MAP project. These 4 strategies include project assessment, performance assessment, self-assessment, and communication-based assessment. So the study found out the participating teachers were very confident about use of self-assessment in the classroom teaching. They believe that self-assessment is a good strategy that would benefit teaching and learning of the mathematics, and it can be integrated into their mathematics classroom. In particular, classroom teachers felt that self-reflection can be done regularly as a routine activity. In fact, one of the participating teachers started doing a non-participating classes after gaining the necessary experience during this study. So regarding implementation issues, so the results suggest that while self-assessment is quite feasible to implement with both teacher and student, it should be still be used wisely, including making the requirement of self-assessment task clear to the student, giving student adequate instruction and help in using the regular but not too frequently. The overall findings from the study, all the four schools rather, implementing self-assessment were quite consistent, particular in student and teacher rather's view and reaction about the self-assessment has shown the quantitative data collected based on the findings of the study. The researcher argued that the student self-assessment can and should be done in an integral or routine activity in the teaching and learning in mathematics